Don't you usually remind me?
Sometimes.
He's not.
Depends on the day.
He's lying.
It
Depends on the day.
Okay, so that would be your standard form. Don't worry too much about that. We're going to talk a little bit more about different types of polynomials here. Okay, so we're going to break down. A lot of times, so at least in the next couple days, you're going to be asked to, what's the word that we use? Classify, okay, or give the classification of an answer. So when we have classifications, that's going to be these names right here. Okay, so if we have a polynomial that has one term in it, we call that a monomial.
Oh, mono.
Because mono means one. Okay? Does anybody know an example of a monomial? An example of a monomial?
A lot of ones.
Like one term? Is 2 a monomial? Yes. Okay, now I know we're kind of learning here, right? What is a polynomial? So basically a polynomial is something that is divided by an addition or a subtraction sign. So for example, ax to the 4th, that's an example of a monomial. It can be a number, it can be a variable, or it can be a combination of both. So like 2x squared, that's an example of a monomial. One term. Okay, no addition or subtraction. Huh?
This is just my face. This is on my face when we're doing things like.
Okay, 2. What do you think 2 is going to be called?
Binomial.
Binomial. What's that? A monomial AL. Did I spell it wrong?
Oh no. I just can't see.
Oh, IAL.
Oh, I
Monomial.
can't.
And then binomial. Yeah, I don't agree. BINOMIAL.
Trying to get to the left.
Okay, if it's a binomial, it has two terms separated by an addition or a subtraction sign. So for example, 2x squared plus 1 would be an example of a binomial. Or it could just be like 3x plus 1. 3x. Any ideas on what 3 would be called? Trinomial.
So smart.
Okay, so if it's a trinomial, we could do like 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. That would work. Okay, 3 terms, or 3 separate parts that are separated by a plus or a minus. Okay, now once we get past 3, once we have 4 terms or more, that's where we call it a polynomial. Because you learned earlier today that poly means many. I don't know. That works. Okay, 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, there's 4 different terms. Okay, now could I put 5 terms in there? Yeah. 6 terms? Yeah. Okay, you can just keep 1. Okay, are you tracking with me so far? You okay? Yeah. Okay. Anybody still need this? I'll give you a second. I know some people are sorry. Okay. Now, when we multiply something with the same base. So for example, here these both have a base of a. So if we take a to the m times a to the n, we add the exponents. So here, a to the 12 times a to the 6 is a to the, yes, we add. It looks like 18.
Oh, I know. This literally is mistake.
You remember doing this?
Oh yeah. Except that we know that.
Okay. So, number 1, if we have z to the 5th and z to the 12th, what do we get?
Z to the 17.
Yes, z to the 17th. Okay, now when we get to number 2, it's a little bit different because now we have our x base, right? But we also have numbers. So let's do them separately. First, let's focus on the numbers. What am I going to have as my overall number? 15. So if you have numbers, you just multiply them. So multiplication. Now I'm going to have x to the what?
13.
So 9 and 4 is 13. If it doesn't have an exponent, we assume 1, right? So this will be to the 14. Just add that one in there. All right, number 6. 2 times 9 times 3.
18 times 3 equals 20. Something with 9 times 27. 18 times 9. 20. Oh, 64. 16 times 3 would be 54.
She's just looking at us like
54. Okay, let's do it this way. 9 times 3 is 27. Yes? 9 times 3 is 27. Okay. So then we have 27 times 2. Well, that's very similar to 25 times 2, or 25 times 2. That's 50. How many more do we have? 2 times 2 is 4.
Oh my god.
That's how it's thinking through. Okay? That's okay if you don't get that. That's okay. Let's do it that way too. Okay. 54. Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about this because they have to have the same base. So in this case, we have two bases. We have a base of A and we have a base of B. So for our A, what's going to be our exponent on A?
6.
No. Look, A, 3, right? Because this is on A to the first, this is A squared, okay? And then the B to the fourth will just say B to the fourth. So if you have two separate bases, you have to leave those separate, okay? Because right here, they have to have the same base. Yes.
So you can multiply them if they have a different variable, but you can't do that exponential.
Yeah, because let's look at it this way. If I looked at the very first part of the problem, this is like 2 times A times 9 times B. Do you see? It's all really multiplication. Just when we write 2A, we don't write 2 times A. But it is 2 times A. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Okay. Number 7. Let's look at our numbers. So you have -4, 2, and 7. Negative 56?
Yes. Oh, wait.
Am I too fast for you?
4.
Okay. How many bases do we have here? 2. So let's worry about C first. C to the what?
4.
4. D to the 5th. Beautiful. Are you dying back there?
My back hurts.
Why?
Oh,
There's a lot going on.
This is the fashion. It broke my back. I like how
Fashion?
broke you.
Fashion.
What is it again?
Oh my God.
I broke my heart on
Sorry.
it.
I know you. Okay, so it's a regular.
Okay. So, do you remember doing something called distribution? Okay. So, what's up, please? For distribution, bring it together. Okay, we're going to distribute now something with exponents. And we're going to have to use our idea of same base. Multiplication means you add. So here, if I do p squared times 8p cubed, that's 8p to the 5th. Right? Because same thing. If they have the same base and we're multiplying it, we add. Okay, so here's what happened. When I distributed it, I did p squared times 8p cubed. That's what I did right here. So I have 8 and then p to the 5th. Does that make sense? Okay, so 8p to the 5th. Now we go to the next term. P squared times mp to the 1st. What am I going to have? mp to the 3rd. Yes, because I had a p to the 1st and then I had a p squared. Add those together. What's my last term? Minus p to the 12th.
Oh.
Okay. How many terms are there in our answer? 3 terms. Right? I need you to focus, please. Okay. So right here, look at my highlighter. Okay, term, right? Addition sign, term, subtraction sign, term.
That boy's a try.
So remember, they are separated by an addition or a subtraction sign. Agreed? You with me? So this is a trinomial because it has 3 terms.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next one. We have 8 times negative 4. What's 8 times negative 4?
Negative 32.
Negative 32. Into the...
9.
Good.
9.
Okay, now we're going to the next one. 8 into the 5th times 4. Yes, 32 into the 6th. And then last one.
40 and
Plus 40 into the 5th. Okay? Yeah, trinomial, right? So we have 3 different terms. 1, 2, 3 different terms. It's a trinomial. Okay, I want you to try number 3 on your own. Okay? It's a challenge, but I think that you can do it. Try number 3 on your own.
So you guys should be all of them or like.
I'm going to give you like 1 minute here. Go for it.
Wait, what's the dude's name?
Frankie?
Is that the dude's name? Yeah, Shaggy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, he's like Zoinks.
that was horrible.
I can't sound like him. He's like Sonny Lee.
No, I kind of
I mean, I probably like to, but I can't sound like him.
Yeah, you don't have to, but we want to practice distributive property. Okay, what's our first term? All right, Jeremiah, give us our first term.
27x to the 2nd power, and then y to the 5th.
Beautiful, it's perfect. Who's going to give me the next one?
72 x cubed y squared.
Yep, perfect. How many terms are there here?
2.
2 terms, right? So there's only 1 addition or subtraction sign. So when it has 2 terms, what do we call that? A binomial.
I can taste the
Okay, what questions do we have before we move on? We're good? Why?
Yes. Is there ever going to be like a challenge question one day where you give us like, in the consultations will be more than like quadra, and we're going to have to come up with the...
I don't know about like with naming them.
So we're going to have like a pizza no.
But when you get into algebra 2, you'll name them by their exponent instead of by how many terms they're in.
Wait, hold on.
It's like a...
You ready for me to blow your mind? Okay, so if it has an x to the 5th in it, it would be a quintic polynomial.
Excuse me.
So you're English. You'll do that when you get into.
Technically, all words are made up. Just technically.
Did you know what x to the 4th would be?
Why?
Well, what name do you think would have in the word?
Quadruple.
What is 4 usually? Like 4 quarters and $1? So quart, it's quartic. If you do x to the 4th. Okay. You don't have to worry about that. That's going to be in a couple of years.
All words are made up.
So technically there is no way.
Okay. So here we go. Next one. Sample 3. It says use the distributive property to find the product, okay, or multiply. Write your answer in standard form and classify the polynomial. So if we write it in standard form, let's go back to the beginning of our notes. Okay, standard form. What do you notice about the exponents? They're in order, right? So it goes from highest to lowest. So now when we distribute, when we distribute here, we're going to put them in order if they're not already in order. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and multiply. So 6 times x squared is 6x squared. 6 times 2x is 12x. And 6 times 7 42. Now, in looking at that, are they in order?
Yes.
Yeah. How many terms are there? 3. So it's a
I have eyes on the trinomial.
trinomial.
Kind of hard to say that. I feel smart saying trinomial.
Does anybody remember how to multiply when we have 2 parentheses? FOIL. Now, before we do FOIL, okay, if I was to ask you to classify just the 3x squared plus 6, what is that? It's a binomial, yes?
Yes.
Is this a binomial?
It's also a binomial.
Yes. So we're multiplying 2 binomials together. Okay? Probably didn't think about that. Okay, we're going to FOIL. What does the F stand for FOIL? Shout it. First. So 3x squared. 3x squared times x is what? 3x to the third. Okay, what's next? Outer. So 3x squared times negative 11. Negative 33x squared. Inside, which is 6 in x, which is 6x. And then what's L? Last. So 6 times negative 11, negative 66. Is it in order?
No. Yes. Yes, it is. It is. No. Yes.
Hey. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, right, because it goes 3, 2, 1, regular number.
It doesn't matter, like say that you have like an A x squared of 1 and a B x squared of 1. Would you have to put the A before the B, or would that be?
So, okay. Guys, this is a good question. Everybody listen up. So he said, what if we have like ax squared and a bx squared? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, let me transfer that. What if we have a 2x squared and a negative 3x squared? What would you do with those?
You put them together.
Because they're what?
They're both the same. Yeah. They're both the same.
What do we call that?
They're similar.
They're like terms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word.
So in this case, you would combine those to be a negative 1x squared. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So and we'll get there. We'll get to the point where we have to start combining stuff. Okay. So what do we call this? A polynomial.
Not
Saying it wrong.
Okay, it's a polynomial. Listen up. It's a polynomial because it has how many terms? 4 or more. Yes, very good. Okay, so when we see something like this, I don't know if you've seen this before. Have you seen this before? Okay, if you have 2x minus 7 quantity squared, that simply means that you do 2x minus 7 times 2x minus 7. And you just FOIL it. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and FOIL that. So FOIL that, and then we're going to come back together here in just a minute. Okay? Do you agree with my answer?
Yeah.
Okay, if you didn't see, those middle terms are like terms. Agreed? We can combine. Okay, we can combine. So go ahead and make sure you combine those. Get that last step.
I'm gonna do the
Wait.
I'm crying. Learning is fun. Play.
I feel like
When you do.
good that we're doing something easy because my mind is not in it right now.
Not ready to go.
How's it
You feel awake.
Yeah.
You guys just like didn't do stuff in your classes? No? What'd you do?
I missed her one.
Well, in Spanish, I just didn't really pay attention. I was watching videos.
Chris is still
Okay, bring it back together. Bring it back together. Okay, so eyes up here, please. Okay, this is probably one of the most important things that you need to remember for your future math career. Okay, when you have something, a quantity squared, like 2x minus 7 quantity squared, you have to write it like this and then FOIL. Here's why. I'm going to show you what happens if you don't. Okay, if I was to distribute this square, okay, and do 2x squared minus, and then distribute it to the negative 7, minus 7 squared, here's what I would get, right? 2 squared is 4x squared, yes, minus, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, sorry. Here, let's do this. I shouldn't have put my parentheses on it. Okay, it would change it to a positive 49. Okay, so I want you to look at the answer that we just got versus the one that we got when we FOILed. What's missing in my red answer? The middle terms. Okay? If you just get in the habit of distributing a square, you are never going to get those questions correct. Because what happens is when you skip that FOILing, you miss those middle steps. Okay? This is an absolute no. Okay? Do not do that. Okay? When you see something a quantity squared, we have to break it up, we have to FOIL. Yes? Cool. Let's keep moving. Oh wait, what was this? What was this? How many terms? Trinomial. Perfect. Oh, try on your own. Okay, so I'm going to put up a timer. Okay, and I want you to do those 6 problems on your own. Just numbers 4 through 9. Do those on your own. Okay, I'm going to put a timer up here, and then we'll go over them.
And that's the lesson.
No, we're not done yet.
Well, no, for like... No.
That's half of the lesson.
Yes.
Can I get a drink? You may. I don't have any passes yet, so. Thank you. I didn't get any more from I forgot to get some from the front office. So. Oh, I'm a goofball. What can I say?
Stop turning into a Super Saiyan.
We're not going to be
My brain. Oh no, we're not supposed to do it now.
That is A-O-S.
Listen, you're none of us are.
I think I got a worse to go.
Oh, you're gonna do this? Okay. So we first what we do is we do the first term. So like the first term to each is 2x. So 2x is 2x is 4x. Does that make sense?
Oh, so I can so my turn.
So 2x is
Just to the first one though.
Friends, I tried to help you on number 8. Okay? FOIL first, and then distribute your 9 at the very end. On number 8, FOIL first, and then distribute your 9 at the very end. Tracking with me on that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you kidding me?
Not yet.
Sorry.
Uh-oh, we're out of time. I'll add a couple more minutes.
That is not what I got.
Good job. My turn. Never mind. I didn't do it the same way.
Yeah, but technically, there's going to be X squared.
Yes.
No, this guy, not that.
Yeah.
See, like I have this like fear that if I go to the bathroom during class, I'm gonna miss something. And then it's
Oh,
gonna
I
be,
was
like,
always that way.
like
I'm
the
with you.
one important thing that you need for the test. Great.
No, I'll just check your answers. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
Do I need to-
Oh yeah, just grab one of those. I don't have any of the written ones. Okay, don't run off. You need another minute? Want another minute? Okay, here's the first answers. Here's numbers 4, 5, and 6. Check those if you have those done.
Oh wait, I did something. Okay, I got it. I got it right, but I did.
Where did you put the lunch together?
Brother.
Do I have like terms?
Dude.
I don't have like terms. Because I have an x to the fourth and x squared and an x to the first and then regular number. So, for example, like on number 6, you should put like terms on number 6 so that it
This ain't it.
What did I? Oh, that's my fault.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys. That should be x to the third.
I erased my answer because I thought I did it.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry. I even had x to the third on my paper. I don't know what I was thinking.
Where like our new teacher was here from high school, and we were all like just trying our best to get the best teacher. And then I put on my page, put on my paper, sorry for the handwriting, and yeah, that was fun.
Do you remember Miss Burton?
We talk about her every day.
I know.
Why?
I don't think anyone wants to remember.
Okay, are we good on these? Friends, do I need to go through any of these and walk through them?
Or,
Number 4?
yeah.
Okay, so x squared times x is x cubed, right? We're adding those exponents. X squared times negative 4 is negative 4x squared. -3 times x. And then -4 times -3, positive 12. You did it wrong. Okay, let me put the answers up here for the next one.
You walked around there, so I felt so bad. I feel like I was like, oh no. It's like I know, I'm like,
Okay, there's number 7, 8, 9. Do we have any disagreements on 7, 8, 9?
Oh, I didn't get 9 right. I thought that would be a.
wait.
Do you want me to walk through it?
Can you do number 8?
Number 8? Sure. Okay, so in this one, what did I say to do first? I said the FOIL, right? So I'm going to go like this, okay? It's just a mathematical way of writing. I'm going to put a big bracket there. X times x, x times 3, 1 times x, 1 times 3. Okay, now, when I FOIL, I always look to see, can I combine anything? Do I have, like, terms? Well, right here, I have a 3x and a 1x that I can add together. So I would get 9 times x squared plus 4x plus 3. Yes? Then I can distribute my 9. Okay, and that's what you should have done. You instead of combining them right here, you distribute them and then you combine them. Okay, any questions? We are almost done for tonight. Any questions? Okay, let's keep moving here. Gavin asked, are we going to be subtracting? Yes, we are. We're going to do it right now.
Welcome to the second part of the lesson.
Right, and it's very, very quick because now you're used to combining exponents. Whenever we have division with the same, I need you to listen. I need eyes up here, please. Whenever you have division with the same base, that's where we subtract. Okay, so here instead of multiplying, we're dividing. Okay, so here I would do 14 divided by 2, which is 7, and then I have a to the 26 over a squared. So I do 26 minus 2, which is 24. So there's my answer, 7a to the 24. Okay, so right here, if I have x to the 5th over x cubed, that's going to be x squared.
Yes.
Okay, here, now I have 2 different bases. So what's my k going to be? 5. Remember, if you don't see an exponent, we assume 1. Okay? Oops. What the heck? This is not, my board has been really, really weird. Okay, there we go. And then j to the 3rd. Okay, this is going to be m to the m to the. What happens to my z? Yeah, you could write z to the 0, but that's just 1. Okay, so you don't have to write anything there. All right, now here we got a lot going on. 20 over 4 is 5. X to the 3rd. Y to the 1st. Do you have to write the 1 on the y? No, but you can. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then W will just say as it is. Okay, 3 more practice problems and then we are done for today. So do those 3 practices at the bottom by yourself.
So there's never going to be a system where you
Oh, we might get there eventually. Okay, but more like when you have division, you subtract. So like if we divide number x, what's 14 divided by 7? So let's write that in.
7.
It's just like we were multiplying and then adding. Here, since you're dividing the same thing, you subtract. And then you do 26 minus 2. Which is 24, so it'd be 8 for 24.
This is long.
8. You can it's just like there's
Not a real add
over x.
Not.
So here, k to 6 over 2 to the third.
I was one of those like 9.
My blast.
Hey, keep your stuff out, keep your stuff out.
I said
12. Oh, you guys crack me up.
we're silly.
Me.
There's your answers for that mixed practice. We still have 5 minutes, so you're good. Okay, I want to go over these if you need me to go over them. Huh? 48. Yeah, it's 48. I thought it was 45 too until it was in the schedule. Do you want me to do any of these? Do I need to go through these? No? Okay, listen up please. Tomorrow, we're going to do some more work, kind of getting you prepared for our unit. Okay? Because technically we haven't really started our new unit. We're just kind of doing some prep work for it. It's called factoring. I'm sure you've heard of factoring before. So really on Wednesdays we're going to start factoring, but tomorrow we're going to do a little bit more prep work. So we'll do some factoring notes on Wednesday, a little bit of practice on Thursday, some more factoring notes on Friday, because there's lots of different types of factoring. So I'm going to kind of go through and teach you all those different types, okay?